Hi, I'm Bray Shamblin, principal of South Gallia High School and South Gallia Middle School, and this is South Gallia Today. This show will help to serve a profile of South Gallia High School and South Gallia Middle School in terms of the wonderful initiatives, programs, and opportunities provided in an educational setting in our school. To tell you a little bit about South Gallia High School and South Gallia Middle School, we are a public high school and middle school located in Mercerville, Ohio, which is in southern Gallia County. We currently serve roughly 250 students in grades 6 through 12 between the middle school and the high school. Our students are provided vast opportunities and wonderful initiatives in various educational settings, as well as extracurricular activities and athletic opportunities provided through the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Tri-Valley Conference Hockey Division. Today I'm with two middle school teachers here to profile our educational opportunities and our reading initiatives provided with our Title I programs, and a little bit about the middle school and some of the things going on with our educational and literacy initiatives. Is last week we hosted our literacy night through our Title I offerings, which was hosted last Monday evening, and it was open to the public in conjunction with our parent-teacher conferences, as well as students being able to complete college applications and FAFSA forms for college opportunities. Opportunities like this are very rare in southeastern Ohio, and it's something that we pride ourselves in being able to offer to the community and to supplement local colleges and secondary opportunities for our community and stakeholders. The Title I program at South Gallia High School is dedicated to improving the academic achievement and literacy initiatives for the disadvantaged in our community. When you look at Gallia County, I'm sure that you would notice a lot of individuals suffering through poor conditions of socioeconomic status and challenging home lives. And that's something that we want to focus on and help to improve with our students through their academic performance and through literacy. And with me today, I have two middle school teachers, Miss Brenda Fortner and Miss Talisha Holloway. And Brenda, if you would, just tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're at with South Gallia.
Okay, well, I graduated here at the University of Rio Grande in 1992. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in elementary education, 1 through 8. And I came back in 1997 and I graduated with my master's degree. My master's degree is in education and classroom teaching, but at that time there was a focus in math for elementary education, so I actually have a master's in math for elementary education, and it's through the University of Rio Grande. I have worked for Gallia County Local Schools for 25 years, so hopefully I'll retire in about 5 more years.
I tell you, we certainly appreciate Brenda and everything that she continues to do for South Gallia Middle School. She is a dedicated leader. She's part of our building leadership team and helps to drive these wonderful initiatives and programs to help our students reach their highest peaks in their academic performance. With us today is also Ms. Talisha Holloway. And Ms. Holloway, if you would, just tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
All right. I am the 7th grade reading teacher and Title I teacher at South Gallia Middle School. I graduated the University of Rio Grande in May 2015 with a degree in intervention with a reading endorsement. Immediately after graduation, I started working with Gallia County Local Schools, specifically South Gallia Middle, and I've been there. This is my 3rd year now.
Okay, if you would, tell us a little bit about the middle school, maybe what the middle school looks like in terms of the makeup, as well as why we're at where we're at in terms of reading and what we're doing to help improve the reading skills and levels of our students.
Our school is a very unique makeup. One of the things I love best about South Gallia is the fact that as a teacher or as a student, you can go down the hall and name every single person that you see. I think that's the best thing about our school. Most of our children are economically disadvantaged at the school. So we try to meet their needs, especially through the Title I program, to give them the resources and support that they need to make them successful. And one of the big focuses within the last 2 years through Gallia County Local Schools and South Gallia is a literacy initiative, specifically meeting each student at their individual reading level. And through this time, we've created a really wonderful program that we're all really excited about. So.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the year, we tested all of our students, and we found out that most, or a large percentage of our students actually were below reading level. So we decided to come up with an initiative in reading and try to get these kids back on track. So we are right now doing a 20-minute reading program every day during an intervention period that Mr. Shamblin and Mr. Attar have set up for us. So the kids actually choose a book on their reading level, and they read for 20 minutes silently every day.
And with the program, we're blessed to receive ERLA books and Accelerated Reader from the county, and we've combined those two programs. So students can come in, and everything in this library that you see is on middle school interest level. However, it is from kindergarten to 12th grade readability level, so they can find something that interests them on their reading level. Another interesting thing about it is, as you notice, there are no numbers on the totes. It's just different colors, and I have them all mixed together. So when a student comes in, they can feel confident that they can choose a book on their reading level without being embarrassed and announcing what their reading level is to everyone who's around them. As you can see, it has a wide variety of books, many different colors of totes, and different genres. Anything a student would want to find to read or be interested in, they can find it within that library.
Yes, and the students really don't understand about the colors. That's one thing that's so great. So if a student comes to get a book and maybe they're in a white level, the student that is at a lower level, they don't really know that they're at a lower level. So that's a big thing.
Yeah, and I know that the kids are really enjoying the program, and one of the things I like most about the program is that they get to pick these books themselves, and then after they pass 3 comprehension tests on them, they meet one-on-one with me, so I can make sure that they have the background knowledge and vocabulary knowledge to be successful in the next level. So I'm really getting to know the students.
I think that's one of the things that I've seen that has been very impressive is the students taking ownership in the reading initiative and what they're doing. I think a lot of times when you talk to students in today's time, they're more interested in the technology aspects and what's on social media, what's on TV, what's the newest video game. But it's been very, very encouraging to see students that are taking a vested interest in a hardbound book or paperback that they can touch. It's tangible, and it's something that they can dive into and enjoy and share out with, not only with their peers but with their teachers.
And that's something I've noticed. I keep track of every student's books, what they choose. And for example, I can see a student who really loves Greek mythology, and I can go to them and say, here's a Percy Jackson series that you might like. And I have a student that's read through all of them now, and she's telling her friends to start reading those books too. So I get to really learn which genre a child likes and give them recommendations.
Well, I think as a student, you know, anything that we can offer, one, that is at their ability level, and two, is of their interest, is absolutely key. And those are two things that I wish that I had when I was going through, you know, my educational experience in elementary school, middle school, and high school, because it was more dictated to you on what you were going to do and what you were going to read and when you were going to do it. But you know, if somebody said, "Hey, here, read this biography," or you know, read this magazine, I may be more vested into reading that. But you know, that's something that's been very exciting to see our students just dive right in, and our teachers completely buy into it, and that's been very, very exciting to see. Whether it's a science or math teacher, you know, whether it's the social studies teacher, everybody's on the same page in terms of trying to drive home these reading initiatives, which has been very, very exciting.
And all the teachers try to read along with the students, which really helps. It helps to model what this needs to look like. So the students, when they see that teacher with her favorite book in front of her face, it's very empowering for those students to see that. It really helps. And
it helps the student buy-in, because I know 6th grade just started this in September, and there's already been 1 million words read. And 7th grade, we started right at the beginning of the year just as kind of a trial run, and they're at 5 million words read. And that is a huge thing and nowadays to get them away from the TV, away from their cell phones, and actually reading that much.
Right. And one of our challenges would be with our TAG students, or our talented and gifted students. And now they can go in and they can choose a book that might be on the 11th, 12th grade level. I have 6th graders who are actually on 12th grade reading level. They're choosing books at that level and they're reading it proficiently, passing the tests, and all they want is more.
Yeah.
So it really helps. And the lower kids the same way. They can go in and choose a book. I had a little girl come the other day and she said, "Oh, this book is so good, I can actually read this book." So she was getting so much pride out of being able to read that book and complete that book.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what's been interesting too, is I had the pleasure of sitting in on one of the intervention specialists the other day reading to 2 students who were on individualized education plans, and just going through and breaking down that book of interest for those students, and them being completely and constantly not only invested but just utterly interested in that book and the material was very, very encouraging to see.
Yeah, and we had, the intervention teacher came to me today actually, and she said, "Brenda, I really think that this reading program is helping my low students." She said, "I have 2 students who have been through several levels already, and they've completed, I don't know, 9 or 10 books," and she said, "I believe they're going to be on grade level before very long."
Yeah.
They're getting there.
They really are.
That's absolutely exciting, and considering where our students have started out, because I know at the beginning of the year we had tested students in terms of where their levels were at, and we had several students that were coming to us unfortunately well below their expected reading level. Which is a challenge when they get to the middle school, because obviously they're new to us. The middle school is going to be a challenge inherently within itself, but then when you tag on some of those issues of literacy being a factor there, and just not being up to where they're supposed to be in terms of those levels, further compounds that issue, which is encouraging to see them continuing to grow.
Yeah, and students sometimes feel defeated when they come in and they're on a 1st grade reading level and they have to pick up a 6th grade or 7th grade textbook and they're trying to read it. It's just overwhelming for them. They give up and they just get a little bit further behind.
I'm Bray Shamblin. This is South Gallia Today, and I'm having the pleasure today of speaking with 2 of our middle school teachers, Mrs. Talisha Holloway and Mrs. Brenda Fortner, and we'll be right back after a few short minutes. Again, this is Bray Shamblin with South Gallia Today. Again, I'm here with middle school teachers, Ms. Talisha Holloway and Mrs. Brenda Fortner, and we're still discussing the wonderful initiatives and programs taking place at South Gallia Middle School and South Gallia High School, but focusing today with the middle school and our reading initiative and the wonderful opportunities being provided through there.
We did have a short video we wanted to show you with our students. We wanted to see how their perspective is as far as if they enjoyed our silent reading program. So we have 4 unique students that decided they wanted to do the interview.
These are South Gallia Middle School students, and they are currently in our silent reading program. So we just have a few questions for you guys, but we do want you to introduce yourselves first. So we'll start with Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm a 6th grader.
I'm Natalie, and I'm a 7th grader. I'm Daphne, and I'm a 7th grader.
I'm Jack, and I'm a 6th grader.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you a few questions. How do you like the silent reading program so far?
I like it really good.
You like it? That's good. Can I ask you about how many books you've read so far, Emily?
6 or 7.
Natalie?
About 20. 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
I have read 1, and I'm on my 2nd book.
And that's a really big book. What page are you on in that book?
Page 250.
250. That's pretty good. Okay, what books are you currently reading?
I'm not currently reading any book. I just finished this book today.
Okay, and what's the name of that book?
Escaping the Giant Wave.
Okay, Natalie?
I'm currently reading The Dark Prophecy online.
Okay, good.
I have been reading the Percy Jackson series, Heroes of Olympus, and this is the Son of Neptune, the 2nd one.
Good.
I am reading a book called Eon, and it's the first book of a sequel.
Do you think you'll continue reading that sequel?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you have a favorite book so far that you've read?
Actually, I read this one in 5th grade. It's one of the Percy Jackson series, like the one, I think it's the one Daphne's actually reading.
Okay.
The Blood of Olympus. I have no favorites. I like them all equally.
Good.
This book.
That's a good one. Okay. Do you have like a favorite genre that you like to read?
Fantasy.
Fantasy?
It's between fantasy and fiction.
Fantasy and fiction?
Fantasy, fiction.
Okay, the last thing that I want to ask you is that would you like to continue the reading program? And if so, would you recommend it to other schools?
I would. I would like to continue reading it, and I'd recommend it to other schools.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I tell you, that is certainly encouraging and exciting to see students not only participating in the program, also being an advocate for the program.
Yes, and Talisha's going to talk a little bit about a bulletin board she made that highlights the points that the students get. After they read a book, they do get a certain amount of points, depending on the level of the book. So she's going to talk a little bit about that.
I noticed within my 7th grade class that they really enjoyed reading, but they also enjoyed almost like a competition with it. You know, it's middle school, of course. And I give rewards based on how many points they score. And I noticed that it wasn't just the 7th grade wholly invested in this, it was the entire middle school. So I wanted to make a bulletin board that showed those top kids and really push kids to try to get up there on that top 10. And I've heard many students are like, I'm only 1 point behind her. I got to go get a book right now and try to get ahead of this person. So it's just adding to that buy-in of it, and they're loving it. And you can see from the point totals with just starting this program how much they are reading.
And what's really impressive, the very last apple there is a 6th grader, and we just started in September, and she's actually in the top 10. So we were really proud of her.
I've heard the 8th graders say they had to kick it into drive so they could get up there on that board.
And I think she said she has already read 7 or 8 books. So, and when Jack finishes the book that he had in the video, he's going to be right up there also.
Oh, yes.
I think that's a 12th grade level book that he's reading, and he's in the 6th grade.
I tell you, this is just absolutely amazing, again, to see middle school students taking these initiatives. And Talisha, if you would, just tell us a little bit about Literacy Night last week and the success that brought, not only for our students, but also for the community.
Well, I always love Literacy Night and look forward to it every year because it's our chance as a school to get out there and interact with parents and the community and really be transparent as to what we're doing to help their kids and how we're meeting the needs of the community, the families, and the students. And so we had a great turnout. I think we had 40 people that signed in, and I know we had a lot more than that coming through. And they were able to talk to every teacher they wanted to. The school was open for them to talk to administration, teachers, find out about the Title I program, and sit down with us in a casual atmosphere and really get to know us and us to get to know them. So I always love it every year.
And I think that's what's been very nice in our community, to be able to have people come out and not only participate in Literacy Night, but having the Parent-Teacher Conference in conjunction with that, being able to fill out a FAFSA form in addition to that, and then having our Ohio High School Athletic Association meeting in the same night. Yes, it's a lot of events in one night, but at the same time, and additionally providing a meal with that, but at the same time, it has provided a wonderful opportunity for us to get to meet our stakeholders in the community, those public individuals as well as the parents and students and guardians coming and being a part of the school and enjoying things in a positive manner. And that is something that we absolutely want to foster and continue to grow as we move on through the years with our literacy initiatives and programs. If you would, tell us a little bit about the next steps for this following year, as well as anything going forward with the middle school in terms of the literacy initiative that we have going on.
Okay, well, I think we're going to have to wait until the end of the year until the students are tested again. We will test them one more time before the end of the year, but I think you need to give things a chance to see if it's actually working. So at the end of the year, we plan on sitting down and looking at all of those numbers. Talisha and I will do that together and see if our students are actually growing from this reading program. If we find out that there is significant growth, I'm sure that we will continue this next year, and maybe it'll get a little bit bigger.
We have each year too. I know we started out, this is a second year focus, and the first year we started initializing some programs, and we saw success, so we decided, you know, let's add more to this and see how much further we can grow, and it's looking good so far.
Yes, last year we concentrated on the students being prepared for class. That was a big problem in the middle school, and we took that a few steps into, well, the year, and the students started having ownership with coming to school late. Maybe they didn't bring their books, their pencils, they were tardy, and when they started becoming aware that this was happening, and especially when you kind of posted in the hallway, you know, that 6th grade is doing much better than 7th grade or vice versa, they decide to have a little bit of a competition again, and they started coming to class on time, they started bringing their books, and I think that this year we were up to like 96% of the middle school students actually started coming to class and being prepared. So we got a field trip out of that, and they went to Bob Evans Farm Festival, and they had a great time. It was great.
That's a very important initiative too, because I know that it's a transition between elementary school to high school, and we want to start handing some of that responsibility for their own personal growth to middle school students to prepare them for not only high school but college down the road. So we want to get them responsible and have a stake in their learning.
I think that's what's been exciting with The Leader in Me, that we've been reading as a staff, and as well as working in the high school with students on these 7 highly effective habits of teens, is modeling those expected behaviors of what we would like to see from our students. And again, a lot of times it's not just taught, it's caught. You know, we have to be able to model those for our students, and those are things that we certainly pride ourselves in being able to do and share with our students what we expect, what we're looking for from our student population. And I think it's paying dividends, and it's helping them to be more successful, not just in terms of being prepared, but also academically in the classroom. So those have been very, very exciting initiatives to see, and I look forward to seeing continued great things, not only from the high school, but additionally from the middle school this school year. Some upcoming events I wanted to be able to share with you before we close out today. Next week, Tuesday, November 21st at South Gallia High School, our freshmen are presenting the 7 highly effective habits of teens out with our entire student body for the high school and middle school. And again, it just kind of seems like everything turns cyclical at South Gallia in terms of every initiative that we have going on intertwines with one another, and it's just been a wonderful piece of symmetry this school year. But those students are going to share out those initiatives and those habits to the entire student body, so we're looking forward to that. And additionally, on the next episode of South Gallia Today, we will be profiling our international exchange students. In the high school, we have 6 students from various countries represented at South Gallia this school year. We started the international exchange program last school year at South Gallia High School. It has went wonderfully, and this year we've opened that back up again, and students this week have been presenting on their home countries to our student bodies and educating our student body here in the United States and here in Ohio in regards to some cultural aspects from our foreign exchange students' home countries. So that's been very exciting to see, and we certainly want to profile those students next time when we have the show and we get an opportunity to do that. So we're very excited for that, as we have, again, it's not only been an experience for those students to come here to the United States, but also it's been an experience for our students to be exposed to the world outside of Gallia County, outside of South Gallia High School, outside of South Gallia Middle School. So we're very, very excited about that upcoming next episode. And we certainly thank you for coming today. Again, thank you to Mrs. Talisha Holloway, Mrs. Brenda Fortner. I'm Bray Shamblin with South Gallia Today. Again, thank you for tuning in to us, and we look forward to talking to you next time.